It's tough being a teenager, and it's tough to keep a teenager happy. But now, a major report in the UK has found that British youngsters are becoming increasingly unhappy, and it's not just teenage angst. Being a child is supposed to be all fun and games, but in Britain it's not. The Children's Society's annual Good Childhood report has found that the well-being of young people is declining in Britain. They spoke to 42,000 children aged 8 to 17, and they've described the findings as startling and incredibly worrying. They say young people are facing very real problems. They are less likely to be happy about school or their appearance, they feel less safe at home, and even worry about money in the future. Childhood well-being was on the rise for 14 years until 2008, when the recession hit. Charities like Mindful, who provide support, information and advice about mental health and emotional well-being to 11 and 17-year-olds, say the financial crisis has made things worse.
Since the recession began, we've seen all sorts of issues that impact on children and young people because parents have lost their jobs, homes have been repossessed. There's all sorts of issues around separation within the family unit. Times are tough, and that all of those pressures can then be put upon young people, or they feel that they need to understand it and that they've got to change what they do and how they live their lives, and that's going to have a negative impact on their well-being.
The report found that British children are worse off compared to most other developed nations. A string of other reports have found the same. In 2007, a major United Nations report ranked the UK bottom for child well-being. It found British children are poorer, less happy and more insecure. They are more pressurised and commercially vulnerable as well. This can have worrying consequences. 1 in 10 UK children aged between 5 and 16 have a clinically diagnosed mental health disorder. Mindful's own research has found that 1 in 5 have experienced symptoms of depression.
We've been letting children down because we put them under too much pressure. We don't listen to them, we don't talk to them enough. The media has one part to play because there's this expectation that people will look a certain way and that you need to conform to all of these different stereotypes. So when you compound that with all of the additional pressures around exams or with the economic situation and the stresses at home, that can all exacerbate the problems. So there's a number of different issues across the whole of society that we really need to address that to make sure that we can really nurture and look after our young people.
If growing up was never easy, things are certainly more difficult now. Nagus Mobalahi, Press TV, London.